Hope you're having a great week. Overworked and Underplayed is a not safe for work Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast about a group of incredible young professionals who find themselves transported to a strangely familiar place full of fantasy and magic. See attached for episode description and content warnings. Talk soon, and thanks for listening.
All right, ladies, I'm going to start this live real quick right now. I'm going to wait for you guys to jump on. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Trish. Good to see you, Brittany. Oh, my gosh, Kayla, I love seeing you on my lives. Okay, so cool. There's enough of you guys on here, so I'm just going to get right to the tea. Just a little bit ago, I just discovered that there are some unlicensed retailers distributing Crystal Clarity merch. I am so beyond pissed. I walked into this campus bookstore at the Athenaeum, and there my products were. And I do not know how to express how angry I am, ladies. That's right. I see you there, girl. I see you. I know you guys are expressing. Keep those comments coming. Like, I know we are all here in this together. That's right. We have been hacked. So they seem to have access to some unreleased products, and we were working with our marketing team. But one good thing is that the naming is all off, so you guys will be able to spot the fakes right there. It's one of the products is Let's Get Jazzed. Like, ladies, come on. Like, we know. Like, we know that's not real Crystal Clarity product merch. So I confiscated the ones that I found. So if you guys see any, you have every responsibility to go in there and take those. Like, we are not here to let other people stomp all over our work, our hard hustle. Like, that is not what we are here for. So I confiscated them, and I want to encourage you, if you see it out there, you go right ahead and you confiscate that shit, because that is not okay. We have all put in too much hustle for this bullshit for me to see all over the store. So if you see it, you go right in there, you march up to that store owner and you say, no, this is my hard work. So I just wanted to put that out there. Ladies, please keep those comments flowing. I want to see anybody that hasn't had a chance to jump on this live. It will be recorded, so I'm going to post it to my stream so you guys will be able to see it. So I love you. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Keep putting in the work. I love you. Bye-bye.
Hey, guys, what are you doing there, Crystal?
Oh, I was just updating my downline. No worries.
I came out here and she was just talking to a rock she found on the road. I don't think she's doing too good right now. Welcome, both my paid and unpaid interns. I am Alex Capps, your district manager, or DM, and this is Overworked and Underplayed, a D&D podcast for young professionals by young professionals. Today's icebreaker question: what is your character's drink of choice?
I am Kyle. I play Jimothy Styx, a gnome artificer in this universe. Jimothy's drink of choice is Bullet Rye, neat, out of a Dixie cup.
Damn, this is Bullet Rye.
Goddamn, this is Bullet Rye.
What up? It's your boy Marcel Hardy playing Richard Cox, the human consultant turned halfling bard who wholly believes it's better to be lucky than good, but it's best to be both. And Richard's all-time favorite adult beverage is hard seltzer. It tastes pretty good, and he can get drunk without getting sloppy, and he never has a hangover after drinking them. But if it's a work event and they don't sell those, he'll take a good whiskey. Doesn't know enough about them, so if you ask him like what he's drinking, it's like, the usual.
Nice.
Nice save.
Hashtag basic.
Hi, my name is Annalyn Hardy, and I play Taylor Jacobs, a centaur barbarian with a heart of gold, and her favorite adult beverage is coffee. And so
Her adult beverage.
I was really hoping you were going to say it was Goldschlager, because then you could be like, with a heart of Goldschlager.
Oh, love
Oh.
that. Yes.
Hi, everyone. My name's Katie, and I play Crystal, the MLM boss babe with her very own MLM company, Crystal Clarity. And her favorite hard drink, of course, she has her Starbucks order, which is sick tea, which is all the teas in one. But trending along with the health-focused drinks, she now drinks hard kombucha. As a person outside of this game and as a human being, I did not know, Katie did not know that hard kombucha was a thing until about 2 hours ago when I went to Whole Foods to pick up a drink for Crystal, and I found it, and I was like, this is the drink.
Getting
Hard kombucha.
booched up.
Get booched. And I gotta say, as someone that probably never would have tried hard kombucha, it's really good.
Hey, I'm Marjorie. I play Amy Ann Amanda, a basic B rough and tumble human fighter. Her adult beverage has got to be a not too cold, but kind of cold IPA out of a can.
Boo.
Oh, out of the can?
Yeah.
Boo.
To
Oh.
each their own.
Honestly,
Good
I respect
girl.
it.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
respect the choice. I don't respect the beverage.
Hi, I'm Tyler, and I play Bentley, the IT paladin. And Bentley's drink of choice is something he tried when he was a basic bitch freshman that couldn't handle alcohol. And it's a screwdriver with Sprite added in because it needed to be fizzy. Because when he got to college, he had drank too much soda and energy drinks and couldn't handle something without a fizz.
I love that. Nice. Yeah.
Straightforward.
That may or may not be a true story.
So the DM's drink of choice is you start with a 4 to 5 year old like California Merlot, nothing too fancy, but it's got a nice body to it. Then you add 5 parts of pure lab grade 200 proof ethanol, 3 shots of this beverage called Dynapep. Each shot is about 100 milligrams of caffeine, and then you do a splash of Bacardi 151 for flavor. It's called a total party kill.
Hey listeners, exciting news. Alex and I got to make a guest appearance on another podcast. We talked with a host of Sivako, Road to Avatar, about how you can bring the world of James Cameron's Avatar into D&D, starting with world building and ending with creating a character. You can listen to part 1 now and part 2 starting on April 7th. A link is in the description. We also went to see the new D&D movie. You might have heard the short clip we shared, and if you want to hear more, the full version is up on Patreon for free right now. For more details about what you get by supporting us on Patreon, check us out at patreon.com/ownuppod.
So when we last left off, you guys had made it to the Fountainhead. You had had a conversation with Randy, and she had just informed you that the mercenary group you were looking for information from was in the bar just a few tables away from you. You see 4 men seated at the round table, talking somewhat amongst themselves and throwing back a few beverages. You see one of the men scribbling something in what appears to be some kind of a book.
Do they look like knights?
They do not look like knights.
So they're not the knights of the round table, got it?
No. I can fully describe the 4 men you see, if you would like.
I actually want you to.
One of the guys is wearing a dark red velvet, extremely fancy shirt. Think of something like you'd see in like a Dracula movie, right?
Okay.
Charcoal-colored pants. He has medium-length hair. It's messy, but it's symmetrical, so you think it's like messy on purpose. Like this person cares about how they're seen.
So he's hot, is what you're saying?
Roll for
And-
snack.
And he has an ornate leather belt holding what appears to be a pair of like pistols.
Okay.
The next one you see is wearing a very fitted suit jacket, but it comes down to about knee level. Like it's almost like a trench coat, but a little fancier.
So not as cool, got it?
His hair is very messy, and he's the one you see scribbling something in a book. The third one you see is the smallest of the group, and he appears to have really short blue hair. And,
Does he also look messy?
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
but a little more put together than the others. And then the fourth one has a rather tall mohawk and is wearing a pretty tight-fitting leather armor on the top. He has something on his back, and you can't quite make it out what it is from this distance. What do you guys do?
Hey guys, what if we maybe play both sides?
Okay. That's an interesting take. Richard, for sure. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so we don't know either side of the story, right? So we do what we're supposed to do, talk to these people, and work our way from there.
Maybe like, what if we don't care? Like, what? I mean, like, I just want to go home. So, like,
Well, we have time to kill before we can go home, right? Like, if we're going this Athenium route, it's going to take us a couple of days before we can leave with the professor. Might as well do something with our time, right?
I mean,
So you want to go over there and say, hey, what's up?
Yeah, just talk to them. Let's
Yeah.
not jump to any conclusions, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Oh, keep an open mind. We can certainly do that.
Yeah. So what do you think we should say to him, Richard? Just hey, what's up? We're new in town. Do you guys know of any leads or something?
Yeah, what are our
or-
talking points?
You should go tell them you like their mohawk.
Okay.
Yeah.
You-
Yes.
I was thinking the Mohawk too.
No, I was saying you guys should do that.
Oh, you'll stay over here.
If I've learned anything from my business experience, we should probably maybe bring them some drinks to let them know that we're hired from Bluegill to be their extra security. Because that's partially true, right? We are supposed to help Beckett and Company not get hostilely taken over.
What if we just don't mention that we're from
Yeah,
Bluegill at
maybe
all?
let's not mention because I think that was one of the reasons why we had to take off all our swag that we got because we didn't want to.
Yeah, we're trying to not
Be found
unveil
out.
what side we're playing for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to go to the bar,
Yeah.
order
Mhm.
4 drinks, 8
Yeah.
drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Should we all go over there and talk to them or
we can.
at once or okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's go to the bar, get some
Yeah.
drinks, and
Yeah.
head that
Mhm.
way.
Do we have to do the paying for the drinks and stuff? Or can
No,
we,
I
we
mean,
can
you
go
just
through that?
you go to the
Okay.
bar, you grab some drinks.
Well,
So who's approaching them?
The group or the bartender?
No, I mean like the group.
I can take point on that.
Yeah. And I would like to be closest to the suit jacket scribbler so I can look over
Okay.
her shoulder.
Amy Ann will have like the beers. We'll be bringing.
All
the
right, so
beers.
you're carrying them all.
Yeah.
Okay, so which one are you going to approach?
I'm saying velvet shirt guy.
Yeah, same.
Okay,
That's what I was thinking.
so as you guys start walking up, you see as the Mohawk guy taps the shirt of velvet shirt guy
Mr.
and
Fancy
looks
Pants.
and points, and he's like, "We got company." And he turns up, he goes, "What do you guys want?"
Hi, we're new in town. We heard you guys are super awesome and thought maybe we could learn some things or two from you. And of course, there's no such thing as a free lunch, so we thought we'd offer you guys, some drinks we just got from the bar.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you guys can, shed some light on what you guys do here.
So as you're going, you see the blue-haired one turn. He goes, "Hey, look, they brought us drinks." Oh, shut up, squib! From the Mohawk one. And velvet shirt guy looks at you and he's like, "What makes you think that we want your beverages?"
Well, you don't want them necessarily, but we're offering them. It's a typical thing. We are in a bar.
What do you actually want?
Well, we want information. But like I said, no such thing as a free lunch. so-
Information. He's like staring each of you up and down.
I wink at him.
And
They might not be thirsty, but Amy.
Mohawk guy turns and looks at Amy Ann and says, "Quite a set of arms you got on you there.
Oh, thanks. I got him from my mom.
Wonder what else you got from your mum."
What else did you get from your mom?
I fucking love that so much. That is so funny.
What'd you say? Alex?
He looks at you and says, "Wonder what else you got from your mum."
Oh, that's pretty much it.
I look just like my dad.
Everywhere else. The velvet shirt guy, "Calm yourself. Look, we're not trying to cause any trouble. We're just here to relax. So whatever this is that you're trying to do, it's not going to work. Do you know who we are?"
Our assumption is that you guys are working with Beckett and Company.
And they all just start busting out into laughter. And he said, "Yeah, that's, I guess that's one word for it." And it's about that time. You guys hear some rather solid footsteps. Do any of you turn to look and see?
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Bentley does.
So you see 2 other guys that look somewhat aesthetically similar to these guys. One of who has spiky hair, really tight silver chains around his neck, and a plague doctor mask on, with several what appears to be flasks on his belt. And the other one is basically all black leather and has really long, straight hair. And the one with the long hair looks at you and goes, "Do we have some kind of problem here?
No, not at all.
Who are you?"
Who are you?
"We are the Goths."
You're the what?
The Goths. One of the most feared mercenary companies in all of Osea.
Oh, and so you guys are exactly who we're looking for. We are trying to go under your tutelage.
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay. All right, first roll of the game. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's 19 plus... Oh, I can't read my own handwriting. 19 plus 6, so 25.
Okay. He looks at you, does not smile. Go on then.
Yeah, so we are new into town. We got mixed in with some stuff, and we were told that you guys are like the best mercenaries in town. And we're like, well, if If that's the game, then we got to learn from the best.
The guy in the plague doctor mask kind of turns, and I need everyone to make a perception check to see if you hear what he says. Okay, so raise your hand if you got above a 15. So that's Crystal, Jimmy, and Bentley. You guys would see the guy in the mask turn, and he goes, "Boss, I think he's full of shit." The rest of you just hear, he looks and he says, "Well, I guess introductions are in order. I am Alric the Goth." He points at the guy with the mohawk and he says, "That is my brother Elric the Goth." He points at the one in the red shirt and he says, "He is Ilric the Goth." The one who was wearing the plague doctor mask, he points at him. He says, "He is Ulrich the Goth." And then he points at the guy writing in his book and he says, "And his name is Ulrich the Goth." You hear the one with the blue hair go, "Don't forget about me." And he says, "Oh yes, he is Ilric the Goth."
You have 2 Ilrics?
You have 2 Ilrics?
No, Ilric with a Y,
And what was the first one?
with an I.
So are we talking like Vikings, like the original Goths here? Is that what we're going with?
It's a mixture of that plus like what you would think of when you heard the word goth.
Okay.
They're just different kinds of goths.
I was just thinking of the goth kids from South Park, honestly.
Yeah, that's kind of the inspiration of that.
So,
I was thinking goth kids dancing on your bridge to EDM.
Yeah, some skids.
Well, that's the one. That's the one in the plague doctor mask. He's a bit of an alchemist.
All right. Well,
yeah,
nice to meet
just
you,
got
the
it.
Goths. My name is Richard.
Hi, I'm Taylor.
I'm Crystal.
Amy Ann, is there a free seat? She wants to sit down as she says that.
The one in the mohawk stands up, slides his chair, goes, "You can have this one,
Oh,
you little
thanks.
peach."
Oh, thank you.
Taylor throws up a little.
Crystal sees an opportunity.
And you watch as like the rest of them all kind of roll their eyes, except for the one who's writing. He just keeps writing more. You see as Alric like snaps his finger and whistles, and you see Atlas like puts down what he's doing and goes and grabs some more chairs and brings them out to the table. And he sits down and he says, "So, why on earth would anyone ever want to be a mercenary?
We hear there's lots of gold involved.
This is all you care about?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Potential
It's not the only
Greed.
thing, but it's definitely the number one thing.
Yeah. Financial securities. Like,
If you really care about greed and money, why don't you just be one of the soulless sellouts that founds these corporations?
We don't have any good ideas.
I think
so
you need
you're
venture
stupid.
capital also for that.
Some of us.
Taylor's gonna look over at Bentley like,
Oh, you guys now know that Bentley thinks at least one or more of you are stupid. Ooh.
Crystal
I feel
already
like
knew
we've
what
heard
Bentley
him
thought
say. Yeah, I feel like we've heard him say that about
I'd be
Crystal.
surprised if Bentley thought anyone other than Jimmy was smart.
Yeah.
If it takes more than one password reset for you, then you're labeled as
Oh,
stupid.
God.
That checks out.
He says, "There's money to be had other places. Why do you really want to be a mercenary?"
Because sitting at a desk every day is really boring, and money is fun, but it's also fun to go places and do things.
Not just boring, though, soul crushingly boring.
yeah, and I like the idea of working for myself.
The one writing looks up and he says, "All existence is pain and suffering."
This
And
guy
he
gets
looks
it.
back down and starts scribbling more.
Bentley,
That's true.
Bentley's going to be like, also, her mom didn't give her arms to be at a desk all day.
Thank
I mean,
you,
just
Bentley.
look
That's
at
the
those
nicest
bad
thing you've
boys.
ever said to me.
He's looking and he goes, "So, what are your credentials for being a mercenary if you think you're up to being trained in the art?"
Well, we have some wrestling experience on the team. We're all definitely learning from her.
You see I've got to consult my list here. Elric, the one with the mohawk, turns and goes, "Wrestling? Which one of you is experienced in wrestling?"
That'd be me.
Interesting.
Thank
Taylor,
you.
don't forget to mention the bear.
Oh, the bear. Yeah.
We
So
d-
Taylor, she's very humble. Taylor here is probably the best knocker outer of things among us.
I didn't
She's-
actually hit the bear.
Well, no, I mean not just the bear, but in general, you're just, you get
You're being
after
too
it.
humble. You're being too humble.
You get after it,
I
Taylor.
am pretty strong.
Yes,
Yeah,
she
absolutely.
is.
I
You
can
see
smash a trash can.
the one with blue hair starts laughing. He says, "Ha! They think they're tough. They killed a little bear." And you see as Alric just looks at him and he shuts up. And he says, "That's enough. Go on, tell me about your other experience. What qualifies you?"
We fought 3 robots.
We did fight 3 robots.
Really?
Or automatons.
Yes.
Where did
What?
you fight these robots?
We were on a boat
Just
and we
somewhere
fought
in
the
town.
Autobots.
Yeah,
you were on
Say,
a
did you say
boat.
Autobots?
I did say Autobots.
You also said automatons.
Automatons.
That one was good. I was going to let that one slide.
Yeah.
I could not.
He says, really? So you boarded a ship here and
Yeah.
fought some automatons.
Yeah, so we came in from out of town trying to, forge a new path. And the first thing we had to do was fight some robots.
I need everyone to make a perception check, except for Jimmy.
Oh, God.
Richard
21.
got a 21.
21?
Hey.
What'd you get,
21.
Tyler? Okay, so Bentley got a 21.
20.
Amy, 20?
6.
Okay, so Crystal's completely clueless right now.
Yeah, same with Taylor. She got a 9.
Okay. And you, Richard got a 21?
Correct.
Okay.
21.
So, Amy Ann, Bentley, and Richard would hear the distinct sound of what sounds like a clockwork mechanism clicking into place.
Whoa, what was that? Was that you guys?
Do we still have the robot head?
It's in my bag.
He says, don't make any sudden movements. I don't want to make a mess in this place. And if you look, you would notice that Ilric has both arms below the table.
Oh, no.
And he says, both of his barrels are pointed at something important. I don't know which one of you it is, but it's at least 2 of you. Now, you boarded a ship here in Lavron and fought some automatons. You just identified yourself as working for Bluegle.
We're not happy about it, though.
What
Well,
if
few
told you that it
are
was
happy
coerced?
these days.
Yeah, the truest is that we were coerced into becoming mercenaries. We could honestly really use the help and the mentorship from you.
Why are you really here?
Can we converse amongst ourselves real quick?
You
need
have-
We
to
want to
sit
make
down.
sure
You
that
have-
we're telling you.
You have 30 seconds to explain to me what you're actually doing here before we start making a mess of the place. And I really don't want to get in Dutch with Randy.
Taylor's mad about that.
How far away is the guy who just, put some weapons under the table? How far away is Amy Ann from him?
So what I'm going to say is you're like 2 seats down.
Okay, so not
He's
near.
sitting right next to Alric, which is basically dead opposite of you guys.
Okay.
So if you could imagine like the table we're at now, you're roughly where Bentley's seated.
Okay.
Is Bentley at the table or near us? Can he hear what's going on?
Did you go to the table with him?
Yeah, I was
Okay,
but
yeah.
I was
y'all
standing.
Are all at the. Y'all are all.
Okay.
At what is
I
that,
was
the table?
standing behind them. I wasn't sitting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make it known that my giblets are protected.
And you see as like you guys as you guys have been going, Elric turns to Ilric. Elric, the one with the mohawk, says, "Save the pretty one for me."
So
Oh,
Richard,
he called you pretty, Taylor.
So I immediately thought Crystal.
Crystal also thought he was talking about
And Ilric just kind of chuckles. He says, "Well, at least they have a sense of humor."
so Richard is gonna look around to the group and he's going to try to figure out if we should, just tell them the truth that we're trying to get home.
10 seconds.
We don't respond to threats, sir. If you want to have an ominous conversation with us, then we can have it in a civil manner.
And Richard
We're
takes a
not
step back
monsters.
and Taylor is now in charge of this meeting.
I'd appreciate it if you weren't threatening us. That's not the kind of operation that I thought that you had. So I would like us to please be civil and not threaten each other.
I would
we
prefer a
approach you guys
dagger.
in good faith.
It's not an effective communication style. And frankly, you're creating an unsafe work environment.
He looks dead at you and he says, "I would prefer a dagger to the throat than one in the back. You came here with ulterior motives, and you withheld information."
When have you ever given someone the entire picture? That's unsafe for you personally to put all your assets out there, all the information. We're professionals. We know that's not how we do things.
We told you who we were. We told you what we do.
Yeah,
You
we
withheld.
also told you who we were.
And what we do also that we were coerced into, like we told you before. We're not lying to you.
So what were you coerced into doing?
Becoming mercenaries. We are not fighters by trade. I work in marketing.
Like, he kind of turns, he goes, "Marketing?" And they all just kind of look at each other and shrug, like taking things to the market?
I mean, basically, yeah, generating sales.
Well, that would make sense. She is part horse.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
Taylor Jacobs, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, thank God. That's an 18.
You catch your breath, and you see as Ilric turns, he goes, "Boss, can I just wing one of them? Like, this is getting old." And he says, No, hold on. I think we might have had this whole situation wrong. I don't know that they could hurt us if they wanted to. He says, "Go ahead, put the guns down."
Good
Excellent.
job,
I'm glad
Taylor.
that we can have a civil discourse.
Yes, now. You hear as he slides the pistols back into his holster with a look of slight disappointment on his face. The whole time, Ulrich has just continuously been writing, like, hasn't even checked up.
I still want to know what he's writing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try to find out.
Yeah, is there a way to
To not
like,
be weird, though.
Yeah, I think maybe.
Make
You go sit in his lap.
Yeah, you, Taylor Jacobs.
Jacobs.
How far?
With your horse's rear end.
Yeah. How far away is Amy Ann from that guy?
So I would say you're probably next to him.
Oh, I would just say, hey, bud, well, what you writing there?
Oh.
And you see as he puts his hand like over what he's writing, and he's like,
okay.
nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Amy Ann. Nice to meet you. You know.
He just kind of looks at you, shaking your hand next to him. And he's like, there is no pleasantries in life.
Oh, you're a sourpuss, aren't you?
You see as he just goes back to scribbling. He's like blows his hair out of his face and just goes back to scribbling in his book.
Can he please be wearing black eyeliner?
He definitely is wearing black eyeliner.
Good. With his hair's, wait, which one's the one? He doesn't have a mohawk, so if he doesn't, then I'm going to need him to have the one
long-
eye
Oh, his hair
covered.
is like
Yeah.
all over his
Yeah,
face.
okay.
Like,
Are we just looking at a bunch of 303 like band members?
Don't kink shame me. I was gonna say generic hot topic brochure, but you got really specific.
oh no, this guy's definitely like the hipster goth. He's got like
Okay.
a gray pinstripe waistcoat. Elric with the mohawk turns to Amy Ann. He says, "Well, now that we're not fighting," he says,
Regret that wink.
He says,
I was trying to freak the eyes a little
he
bit.
goes, "You want to arm wrestle?"
Amy Ann immediately, she's like, oh my gosh, I would love to.
You see as Alaric turns and he looks at him and goes, "Get yourself together, man. We're professionals."
I love that.
I get the
though.
feeling
That's
that they're not
probably
very
the best
professional.
way that she's ever been hit on.
Yeah. She's,
Yeah.
she can truly, like, she's getting it. She's getting it.
Like, this person understands
Yeah.
me. Like,
And you see as the one with the plague doctor mask comes up and he's like, "All right, so tell us, what's your deal? What are they paying you to do? Like you said, you're coerced. Like, I mean, you got no reason to have loyalty to them, right?"
Hey man, why are you wearing a mask?
He's like, "Because people kept asking me about my scars.
How'd you get your scars?
Would you like to know?"
I kind of want to see him.
I kind of do, too.
He's like, "Well, that's too fucking bad."
He's like, you got to buy me dinner first.
He's like, "I only take this mask off for one thing."
Vengeance?
To drink?
Tossing
He
salads.
says, "No."
No, the beak really helps with that.
He looks right at Richard. He says, "I don't eat salad."
they don't have that here.
No sauce, no salads.
Canon.
Because they don't have dressing, because it's a sauce.
Why would you
Dressing
eat a
and
salad without a
exactly,
sauce?
Exactly right.
That's fair.
We're trying to get home. We got into town. We did a thing we shouldn't have done. Order to, one person roped in a couple of other people into doing something that we didn't want to do. And so instead of serving jail time, they said, all right, work for us and you guys don't have to go to jail. And so that's where we're at right now.
That's fucking metal, man.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, it totally is. Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite character now.
He's like, "You seem a little on edge." And he like pulls up one of his flasks and he like hands it to you.
Okay, Richard takes it.
And you see he looks down. He's like, "Oh, hold on. Give me that one back."
Hands it back to
Takes
him.
it back. He goes, hands you a different one. He goes, "Try that one."
All right.
Oh, that could have been bad. The first one was sulfuric acid.
Crystal's like, hey, remember that time you drank, someone else in our party drank something they didn't know what it was?
Yeah.
Is
Remember
that
how-
jazz?
Maybe we can just
That
ask the
didn't work.
question about what.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
maybe-
gonna.
maybe
Richard
we
was gonna
ask a
sniff
question.
it See if he can kind of
It
test to see what
smells-
kind of-
Crystal
it
did
smells
not see
somewhat
him
pleasant.
going to sniff. She thought he was going to fully just toss that shit
No,
back.
it smells somewhat pleasant.
Does it like smell like an alcohol he recognizes?
It kind of smells like coconut rum.
Oh hell yeah, Richard's all in.
I just puke in my mouth.
All right, I need Richard to make me an intelligence saving throw.
That's a 9.
Okay, so you drink this, and you feel this almost euphoric state come over you. For the next 5 minutes, you cannot tell a lie.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I cannot tell a lie. Is it like zone of truth? Do I have to tell the truth? I just can't lie?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
That's essentially consulting, isn't it?
He said, you like that? That was pretty good, right?
Oh yeah, that was very delicious.
good?
Oh, I feel great.
All right, so what did they want you to find out?
They wanted us to find out something about the cloud. I don't know. You know what that is?
Oh, yeah, everybody knows about the cloud. It's the thing that you go to this... And, you know, it does the thing, and you get the information. You know, yeah, it's the cloud.
I get the feeling you don't know what it is.
I get the feeling you need to shut the fuck up.
Bane is talking to us.
Really does.
He's like, I'm talking to my boy Rich here.
Did he just turn into Bane?
Yeah, he did.
No one cared who I was until I put on the mask.
Yeah, and we're looking for. Do you guys know any web developers?
I mean, you gotta go on the web to find those guys.
Okay, you guys writing this down?
I feel like you said that out loud, like because you're like truthful, or like you don't, and you feel compelled to talk. Like it's not even like you can't tell a lie as much as you feel like you're just so happy, like you just want to talk.
Yeah, Richard's like
friends.
yeah, Richard's feeling it. He's like, I'm not taking attention. I need you guys to take
Yeah.
notes real quick.
Alright.
Real quick.
What do you need a web developer for? Those guys are pretty high demand. You know, that's pretty expensive.
So do
We did not ask questions actually, so we don't know what we need a web developer for.
Hey, man, I get it. You know. So what about us? Like, why are y'all here to find out about us?
Well, does anybody else notice Richard acting any differently?
I mean, you can make an insight check.
May I?
Yes,
All right.
you may.
Well,
Could we also, since we
Yeah.
worked with, I've at least worked with him.
I
for
tried
a
to get him
while.
to stop.
I would say
So
Taylor.
I'm gonna say
Stop.
you can. I'm gonna say Taylor Jacobs can. I'm gonna say Crystal can't.
I tried to get him to stop
I-
drinking it.
So she's
I know you
probably
tried to get him to
watching.
stop drinking it, but I don't think you've paid enough attention to him to notice that he's acting differently.
I'm gonna say. So I rolled. I don't know, because I only have 20 minutes left on this thing. I have probably less now, like 15 minutes left on my extra plus 5. Not good. 7.
Okay. As much as you're trying to pay attention to what's going on, you keep kind of like looking over at the guy
I'm
with
real
the mohawk.
excited to get this arm
like
wrestle
you're
on,
looking,
yeah.
and you're not even like looking at him like checking him out as
No,
much as you
no.
like keep looking at his arms like
Let's
those
see.
puny little bird arms. I'm gonna break him in half like a pretzel, you know. What
like
about
it.
you,
I like
Taylor?
that
Taylor got an 18.
Okay, so Taylor, you're picking up that like Richard's being a little more talkative, and it's to the point like it's just beyond what you're used to seeing him at work. Before I answer this, do Taylor Jacobs and Richard go to outside of work functions together?
I think work outside of work functions, like happy hour kind of thing. I said that Richard's favorite drink is like hard seltzers. So straight alcohol would probably hit him pretty hard. So I think that she would know that.
Okay, so
We
you would
definitely
know
go to networking things.
you would know that at networking things he normally doesn't drink hard liquor.
Mm-hmm.
That he would drink kind of softer beverages.
Mm-hmm.
I say softer, God, still hard beverages, but
Like soft drinks.
Softer hard seltzers.
Lower
Yeah.
ABV.
yeah, he's not normally taking it to the dome straight from a bottle. So, but we just identified you don't really know what Richard is like on his personal time.
Yeah.
So that is you think that he is acting differently than he would be professionally. I'll
Mhm.
leave it at that.
Mm-hmm. And we're still in a work setting. So
I mean, technically, you could make the argument this whole thing is a work setting,
Right.
but that's up to you.
yeah. So I think that given that Taylor knows what he should be acting like, in a work setting, and that he's usually pretty good about it. Like he meets his own standards of what a workplace behavior should be in a networking type thing.
God, I feel like I'm in an HR meeting right now.
Yeah, I'm using a lot of worky words today. I think she would know that, and so I think that she, for one, doesn't want him to embarrass himself because you have to keep a professional image. Going.
I'm following.
Yeah, so I think she's gonna try and intervene on his behalf because she doesn't want him to look back and feel like he looks sloppy in a work setting.
Okay, so what do you do?
So Taylor's gonna tap on his shoulder and be like, "Hey, I think that you're you had too much to drink. Maybe you could try going to the bathroom, drinking water or something, and then coming back."
Like from the toilet? No, sorry, I couldn't help it. It's from Idiocracy. Yeah.
Great movie. Richard's like, all right. Yeah, they'll fill you in on the rest of the stuff. I'm not feeling too good.
No, hold on a second, man. We were really connecting there. What's the deal, man?
No, they know all the information. They'll be happy to share it with you. I'm going to go. I don't feel so good right now.
Oh, man, you need a smoke? He opens up his jacket and he's just got like tobacco and other products. He's like, you need a smoke or something? That usually helps me clear my head.
I'm not a inhalant kind of guy.
And you see as he opens the other jacket and he's like, I've got edibles.
Do you have any Pepto-Bismol?
He's like, do you know what the chemical makeup is? I could whip something up for you, I'm sure.
I think he just needs some water, probably. Just a second to clear his mind and all of
okay.
that.
All right. Well, we'll see you around, bud.
All right, I'll be right back.
No need to take this offline. Overworked and Underplayed will circle back after these messages.
Okay, so what were we talking about?
Alaric looks at you. He says, well, we were trying to figure out why you're actually here, because none of what you've said makes very much sense. Where are you from?
So,
Atlanta.
I feel like Amy Ann is best equipped.
Oh,
to
we're
answer
from Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta. I've never heard of that imperial
Yeah,
province.
not a lot of people here have.
How did you travel here?
Well, it's a long story. Maybe once we get to know you guys better, we can talk more about it. But it's boring.
And that's you see, Elric leans over and goes, they want to know us better.
God damn it.
Can't win for Listen.
Nope.
I feel like wherever Taylor is in this makeup, she's gonna feel a little more protective of Amy Ann. That she keeps getting hit on is gonna sidle on over.
Okay.
Keep fucking using that word. It's so bad. It's like
So,
I've been
are you gonna trot right over there?
Yeah, my happy horse self over there, and just be a presence.
Thank you.
Okay.
Taylor. Yeah.
You see as Elric looks, he goes, oh, I'm guessing you want to arm wrestle too then.
No, sir. No, thank you.
Is that does that mean something differently here?
Well, I don't know where you're from, but
It means
you put your elbow on the table.
Okay, like over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you grab the hand and you go over the top. So he says, no, arm wrestling. You put your hand on the
That's
table.
yeah.
The real question is, would Taylor wrestle with her human hands or her horse legs?
Well, you don't usually arm wrestle with your legs.
That would be leg wrestling, and that would be pretty difficult to beat Taylor in a leg wrestle.
Yeah.
Well, actually, because a horse's legs bend backwards, though.
I know. I was like, how would that even? She'd have to
So you'd have your butt pointed at them. So that's that's just extra advantage, because then you just fart on them while you're doing it.
We've already established that Taylor's a nervous pooper.
We have. That is.
And she had a lot of soup.
Yeah, which is a horse thing.
It is a horse thing. Yes.
No.
Can confirm.
Anyways, Alaric's like, dear God, brother. Okay.
Oh, you guys are brothers?
Yes, we're all brothers. We're the Goths.
But I thought that
Wait,
was
is
the
your
name
last
of your
name
fruit.
Goth?
He says, yes, I'm Alaric the Goth. He's Elric the Goth.
So your
He's
last name-
Elric the Goth. He's Ulrich the Goth. He's Ulrich the Goth. And then he is Ilric the Goth.
Oh my
But
God.
is your last name the Goth, or is your middle name the?
No, our middle name is The.
You all have the same middle name.
Yes, it's a family tradition.
For all the even siblings to have it. It's not just one of you.
Well, it's The is short for Theodore.
Oh, so you're all
Nice
Theodore.
save.
Yes, it's our great-great-grandfather's middle name.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Well, you want them to pull up their Ancestry.com? I mean,
All right. Well, you've asked us a lot of questions here, man, but we got some questions for you. Like, how did you guys become mercenaries?
How did you guys meet?
That's actually a good one. Yeah.
Like, I just want to know how you ended up with your reputation.
Our
and all
great
that.
great grandfather Theodore Goth was a mercenary, and as it went,
I thought Theodore was his middle name.
well, it was his middle name and his first name. It was Theodore the Goth.
So Theo the Goth.
Yes.
And then everyone else took on the tradition of his full name.
Yes,
as
it's
their
very
middle
simple.
name.
Like, I don't understand. Is this too complicated for you to
Please
understand?
continue. Yeah, how did
anyways,
you get into this?
he-
Yeah.
I was
he-
going to make a note to talk to Bentley about it after in case he has any more.
he says, so he was a mercenary, and his sons just kind of fell into the family business after he was decapitated in battle, and from there on out, we've just all slowly become mercenaries against the Empire. We have made a lot of money fighting against the Imperial Coalition, but these days, those kind of jobs are few and far between, given how they've kind of gotten a good stranglehold on most of Osea. And now we just pick up these jobs here and there, mostly hostile takeovers of a bunch of nerds, like some accountants or something in a business, and we find information and sell it. Pretty easy work, really. These hostile takeovers they're really a joke. It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Well,
Really?
then you might be the person to tell us, like, where did Blugel come into the picture here?
Blugel came into picture about the time that the Empire kind of consolidated their hold on Travaria. He said Lavron held out for a long time, but we found the leadership here found a somewhat amicable solution where we are technically an independent province, but they still get to tell us what to do, kind of thing. We still have a lot of autonomy, and not all of our political positions are held by a bunch of hobgoblins, so, that's a bonus.
So at this point, Richard comes back from the bathroom. His face is kind of damp. He had to, splash his face a little bit. He's like, all right, I'm feeling better. What are you guys talking about? We get this thing settled? You guys going to be our mentors, or what's going on?
Oh, Rich, you're back. Hey, you want another shot?
No, that put me on my ass.
Oh, come on, man. You seemed like you were having a really good time.
Taylor's going to nod reassuringly at Richard. Good call, good call.
Maybe after we can do some more stuff, but we're kind of on a tight schedule.
Hell yeah.
All right, dude.
So Beakface, which one is he?
Beakface. That is Ulrich.
With
And
a
you
U?
notice now that you've seen from the
that's
front
Ulrich.
and everything
What did he say?
Ulrich.
that he has a similar symbol to what is on Bentley's armor, but it's upside down on his shirt.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ulrich, we doing this thing, or have we wasted your guys' time?
What do you mean? What are you saying? What are we doing this thing?
Well, we kind of asked if you guys would mentor us in the, I don't know what you guys, I've assumed, I was gone for a while. I assumed you guys kind of hashed out the details. Are we good on this mentorship thing?
Hold on a second.
And you see as he turns and several of them huddle together, except for Ulrich. He's just kind of sitting there twiddling his thumbs. And they turn around, they're like, we're not going to mentor you. You aren't mercenaries. You could hardly hurt a fly.
Do you want to see what we can do?
Yeah, could we prove that we are good enough to join your little club?
Yeah, is there any tasks that you find beneath yourselves? Maybe some sort of internship program?
They all just kind of look at each other and they're like, what kind of corporate bullshit operation do you think this is? We don't do interns.
Crystal's relieved because she has no intention of being an unpaid intern.
No desire.
No.
He says, and unfortunately, we aren't accepting any applications. First of all, you don't meet the basic qualification. Is any of your middle names Theodore?
Mm-mm.
It can be.
Yeah. You know what? I only go by one, so my middle name can be whatever you want it to be.
Crystal Theodore.
Number 2.
Crystal the Goth.
if Taylor actually said that, Crystal will
No. As far as Taylor's concerned, that's not Crystal's name.
That's great. What if Marjorie could beat you guys in an arm wrestling competition?
Yeah, what if Amy Ann could beat you in an arm wrestling competition?
I
I'm sorry. What if Amy
that's
Ann
okay.
could beat you in an,
Yeah,
in an arm wrestling?
That's one of my sisters. So yeah, that's
Marjorie Amanda.
He stops. He says, hold on. I'm getting really confused here. Did you come here for information, or did you come here for us to train you to be mercenaries? What
Yeah,
did
training
Blue
is
send you
information.
here for?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Training
why
is
are you here?
information.
Well, we're here because we were hungry and thirsty, but now you're here, so it was just a bonus.
And you see as Elric turns with the mohawk and he says, some of us are still thirsty, if you know what I mean.
Well, I brought you guys beers, so
Just naive, and I love it.
Just the kindest,
Yeah.
sweetest one.
What's the velvet shirt guy?
That is Ilric.
Elric.
Are they all the vowels? A-E-I-O-U?
yeah.
Kind of thing?
Essentially.
And
And
why?
sometimes why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Bluegill's trying to protect their stuff. They want us to help them protect their stuff. We don't, you've made it clear we're not true mercenaries. We don't have those skills. So that's why we're talking to you guys. We want to be able to have the skills. Well, not to help them protect their stuff, but we do want the skills.
I think we have what it takes. I think we have the stuff.
And then Richard's like, hey, put the robot head on the table.
Oh, and so Amy Ann pulls out her big Jansport backpack and pulls out the head and clunks it on the table.
So as you clunk it on the table,
She rock'em sock'em robot that off of its head body.
so you're sitting next to
But they don't know what Rock'em Sock'em robots are.
you're sitting next to Ulrich, the one who's been writing the whole time, and you startle him. And you see as he holds his hand out, as he and holds his hand out, and you see as this ball of arcane energy shoots out from it and launches the head across the room into the wall.
Hey, that was mine.
Possessions are an illusion.
Oh, this guy.
So they're
This
communists.
fucking
Took
guy.
one philosophy class in college, and now he's just his entire identity.
I just
One time.
circling back. I just wanted to know where he got the velvet shirt from.
Oh, he turns and he goes, if you go down to the Grand Bazaar, I know this great tailor on, he's on 5th Avenue.
We also know a great tailor.
We do?
Taylor smiles to herself.
I like how Jimmy's writing this down. He's
He says-
definitely gonna go get a.
He's an orc named Blarg.
Okay, I was really hoping you were not going to say sax.
Oh, God. That would have been too good. Welcome to Saks on 5th Avenue.
Oh, that's good.
He says, tell him Ilric sent you.
Gotcha. Appreciate it. I'm a collector of fine things, so I just wanted
He
to know I
looks at
appreciate
your
it.
he looks at your like bearskin chaps and he goes, I can see that. As a fellow man of taste, and toasts you.
I raise my mug, which is approximately my size, 'cause I'm a gnome, and I just like cheers. Am I still wearing the juicy track pants underneath?
Yes. They say snack.
Hell yeah.
Amy Ann's gonna get up to go get her robot head.
So Amy Ann's super strong. I'm also pretty strong. Bentley's pretty strong. Crystal has some special abilities that we're still like finding out about.
I'm great with potions, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Richard is incredibly persuasive, as you've seen today. He's a great orator. I almost said
Oh
oralist.
yeah, he's great to talk to. Like we had a great time. Like
Yeah.
I really get along with this dude. He seems like he'd be cool to grab a beer with. Hey, Rich, you need
Richard
another
just puts his
shot?
thumbs up.
And Jimothy, he can make anything. It's been pretty cool to see him like make those chaps, and he's mended our clothes. He's kind of a jack of all trades.
Ulrich looks at you and says, well, look, just because you're good at things doesn't mean you're mercenaries. I mean, yeah, maybe you're craftsmen, or maybe you are stout.
I think the word you're looking for, or the phrase really, is untapped potential.
He
I
looks
think
around.
this is an opportunity to mold the kind of mercenaries you're looking for in your workforce.
He looks around. He says, no, I'm pretty sure this potential's all tapped out.
All right, Taylor. Sometimes you have to know when to hold them and you have to know when to fold them.
That's right, Richard. That's true.
And I think that this is one of those times where we have to try a different path. And so we appreciate it. Ulrich, and the other Elrics.
The Goths.
The Goths, yes. We appreciate your time. All right, guys. I think we should stop bothering them.
All right.
Oi, hold up. I was promised an arm wrestle.
Oh yeah, and she stuffs the head back in her back.
Crystal goes up to Amy Ann and she's like, they didn't make good on their deal, so they don't get to arm wrestle you.
Oh, why not? Why can't I? Can't I?
I can't tell if you're thirsty or they're thirsty.
Does Jimmy actually say
Elric is really confused because he's like, what deal?
I don't think there was
I
a
said
deal.
that if you arm wrestle Amy Ann to see if you'd let us in your club, and you said no. So
We don't have a club.
well, you are.
We're literally family.
You're a club. Like you all dress.
You see his
Is there a mercenary
Weird
group
and-
named the Olive Garden?
everyone's family.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Dominic Toretto walks in.
I mean, you dress like a club. You act like a club. You wouldn't let anybody else join your silly little club. So you don't get to arm wrestle the pretty girls. Sorry, dude.
Alric sees what's going on. He says, "Tell you what, you arm wrestle him and win, because
Okay.
we know you're not going to."
Well, I try my best.
He says, "We'll tell you whatever it is you're wanting to know.
Cool. Where should we do this?
But,"
Oh.
Alric turns, he goes, "Elric, what do you want if you win?"
You just get to arm wrestle me. That's
He
that's what
turns
you
and
get.
he says, "A lock of that pretty hair."
Absolutely not.
That's some like ancient history shit.
What?
We're not here for that.
Ancient history.
We don't know what you can do with the locks of hair.
Well-
No.
England.
That's what I would say if I knew I would lose.
All right, bet. If we win, you have to tell us who you work for. And if
Don't
you
lay the cards
lose,
out.
Yeah, you just laid on the cards.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, you're making everything worse again.
if you lose, we keep the hair.
Deal.
I hope
He,
I roll
so
well.
they all, you see as he stands up and whistles, and you see as two of the brothers get up and they pull out like an arm wrestling table, like from over the top,
Yes.
arm bar and everything.
Oh my gosh.
They sprinkle some sawdust over it and then smooth it all off, get all the moisture out of there.
Okay.
And he goes ahead and locks his arm in there. He goes,
right.
"You think you're ready for this?"
Well, we'll see how it goes. And she picks up some of the sawdust and puts it between her hands.
And so before she sits down, Richard, like boxing coach, like has a towel came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's trying to give her a pep talk. He's like, "All right, Amy, and you can do this. We've seen you in action. We know you're gonna just absolutely try not to break his arm because we do not want to make any more enemies, but absolutely crush this." And he's going to give her bardic inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
Now,
Richard.
What die is the bardic inspiration?
Like
It's
a
an
D6?
additional D6.
Okay.
D6. Okay. So the way this is going to work is it's going to be kind of like death saving throws.
Okay.
So we're going to do opposed strength checks, and the first person to 3 successes wins the contest. A crit, like a natural 20, counts as 2 successes.
Okay.
And then a natural 1 counts as a success for the other person.
Okay.
Automatically on top. So it counts as 2 successes for the other person. So for instance, if you rolled a 20 and he rolled a 1 right off the bat, you just smash his hand into the mat.
Okay.
So does that make sense?
It does. Uh-huh.
Okay. So he locks his arm in and he says, "Do you want me to go easy on you?"
No, I guess not. I mean, do your best. That's a good motto to live by the way.
All right. So he's going to try to squeeze your hand. So make a strength check really
All right.
quick.
Okay, so 9.
Oh, perfect. Y'all, so as he squeezes, you just kind of firm up, and y'all are squeezing about the same. And he
Okay.
goes, "Oh, this ought to be good." And you see as they start counting down, 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna roll.
I still have my +5, don't I?
Yes. Oh my God.
That's a nat 1 for
Do
sure.
that and add that.
I
The
wish
saving
we need to
throw?
start recording the video. Like if you guys could see
Caps, you wanted to do
Alex's
like
face.
basically like a saving throw, right?
Yes.
Is it a saving throw or is it a check?
So it is a check.
It's a
Okay,
check.
so don't add proficiency.
Well, if she has, oh, I'm sorry, athletics.
Athletics.
Oh,
Sorry.
Okay.
You've been saying strength.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, I
what's
know.
confused.
25.
So he rolled a 1.
Yep.
Well, that's 2 fails
Just-
instantly.
Yeah,
So-
so you win. You just
Okay.
smashed his hand
I
into the
feel
mat.
like what happened was that he like does like the little grip kind of competition, and I just look at him and smile, and I'm like looking in his eyes, like trying to be so sweet, and I just slam.
And it's like
Like you break his arm.
so his
We can't keep
hand
playing.
slams into the table, and
Does he
in
take
your
damage?
victory, you see he's just smiling. As soon as you finish, he goes, "You are some kind of woman." Well, a deal's a deal. He says, the group who's trying to get information on Blugal is this company called The Orchard. You can find them in the city of Aubrey.
A gratitude a day keeps the haters away, and that's why we want to thank you for listening to Overworked and Underplayed. You just heard Alex Capps as our DM, Annalyn Hardy as Taylor Jacobs, Katie is Crystal 2.0, Marjorie is Amy Ann, Marcel Hardy is Richard Cox, Tyler is Bentley, and Kyle is Jimmy Sticks. Episodes are edited by Marcel, and Circle Back episodes are edited by Katie. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll circle back in 2 weeks on April 20th for the next episode. You can help us get the word out by rating, reviewing, and subscribing wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also follow us on social at OwnUpPod, that's OWNUPPOD, subreddit r/OwnUp.
And has like a pocket watch chain going into one of his pockets.
Oh, so Panic at the Disco.
Skinny tie. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Fall Out Boy.
Real Panic at the Disco
All
type.
Panic, no disco.
All Panic.
We're trying. Good Lord.